and welcome to yet another exciting episode, ER Power Connect. On Papa TV, DStv channel 278, GOtv channel 19. Allow me to introduce my name is Suecey Chigelo Chaku Kopala. I'm going to be hanging out with two of my brothers all the way from the Copper Belt, GOtv Cozeim, Chuzhe International. They do have a single out, it's titled Mpaleni, so we're going to be delving into that conversation and also more on their music chemistry because but then currently they are promoting this particular song. So before we get to that song and before we get to them joining me, please chime in on our social media platforms before Power TV Zambia, Facebook, Instagram, X, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to kickstart the show. Chuzhe International featuring Cozeim with my number, Muchimunzi Nizi. Welcome back. You're still watching Power Connect, but on Power TV, we're going to get to the DStv channel 278, GOtv channel 19. In my intro, I did tell you that we're taking a trip down to the Kopala. The musical chemistry. I think it's shown over the years. They've collaborated more than 4 times, and the year 2025, they've decided to give us a single titled Mpaleni. Upon strongest boy alive, then you got Cozeim. Laka guys. Oh, 3.
Bawashapari wonje bati chumunika kwati wa Copper Belt.
Iwe?
So kwa wano kumoneka ati yakurusa
so pari
you're
not seen. Why are you from? I'm from the Copper Belt or Akanata. You don't look like you're from the Copper Belt. So wakurusaka for Copper Belt tumunika sana.
Ndo Copper Belt.
Oh. Kanchi nati ipunga.
So namba Cozeim moneka kwati wa kwisi.
Wa Copper Belt.
Nishi de moneka Kopala.
Mbaza.
So you nicha chenga ndeme kwa ndo wakurusaka nishi.
Na upopo.
Ba.
Tpirira pape. Achanya process.
Ero bara kuishira. International film.
Nishwe no katushu. Happy New Year.
Chakula pa ino.
Last year. But sorry para mimi kufema 28th December moja.
Ari mtwala ko dido mwacho.
Mtwala kuisa.
Pazanzi baba dai.
Yeah.
Tamshe kwa madongi.
So before the show started, we were talking about how you two met.
Okay.
And so I know we'll get into the actual story because I've always just wondered, but I know I have a feeling Coffee Mix has to be somewhere in the mix.
Exactly.
Just like his name. But then about Chilana, that's why Sakman Cozeim bari kwisoko kumanya.
Bari burishe po ya msaro, bari ku market. Baburisha po ya msaro. Soko na shire dabwa. Bakamba. Javere boss chirishana munifevu ne abuna nisha. Bari firo kulandro bantepere. Nimburisha po ya msaro. Yeah, msaro. So na sound for you because I'm so rich to have such an amount you was asking for.
I don't pay.
Gatiri kwati. Ona sound for usathe na usha umpondo isakunganda tie kunganda. So para panganda kali pali bakufina ngati garden. Nje okutirole bulisha ya msaro. Akula tapisha mu garden umwe no mwakula so msaro. So para bale tapisha na sound for bale imba karimbo. Nje vile iwe. Hai voice wako ate ati ndemba serious. Foto wana kuli bako feto record na chi song shimana.
But you know what? I know that Coffee Mix has been very instrumental.
Exactly.
So Cozeim, what if Cozeim now ishba? Cozeim ade isa ero waisa robafi. Ero gawe parusa kata wisa isa. Baku mwana fe pachuza chanda tunakuleterera. How long are you going to be in Lusaka for?
Pana ikuka pana.
Now kuka.
Na Lusaka.
Uri mtire kumwana kwa tire kumwana.
So matawa na china mwana samu hapa. Ndefa msu ni kwa broad face.
Walifa ya broad up.
Exactly. Kwa shikapo mutanda. Tafo mwa chari sareja kwa ma chips.
Exactly.
But you know what? I'm so excited. I think it's the first time that I'm hosting you, and it's the first time I'm meeting you.
Oh, for real?
Yes, I've never met Cozeim.
Where have you been, my guy?
I went to London.
Oh, okay. He was in London.
What is
Exactly.
But don't forget How can I shop in a papa and a papitesta? But how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Aye?
Yeah, I'm pushing.
Before we get into your current single, because I know that mainly that's what we're going to talk about, but we'll get into that conversation later. Therefore, I want to bring Coffee Mix into the conversation.
Okay.
Right? So, Chuzhe, Coffee Mix is very instrumental in your career, and Cozeim, very similar. So at what point and how do you guys meet?
So yaishire bafe kwati mwadishanga mune bomfya umuine producer. That producer is able to tell amongst his artists who can do great things together, or rather who can come up with a good song and that song makes sense. Because at the end of the day, nina the fan wabako zim sana. Narebo mfasana in most of Chef's music. Kopala swag fida mwaida NF, and then Terea kuri coffee mix but atwa kumana mbata mbalumbira kapata data kwa babako zim bakari. So coffee mix alinsa produce, aleba chita produce. Ero nombasa tontonkanya tu if you are a rapper no if we mbanga na timbalete pamuna isha beat fia panga sense sana fia. And then you know he called me one day and said let's change much want njevele tapada isako studio njinaba kama nabe tora sapu nakati guys kuri beat mwaimba mufyasha hapara peno futamba feno kuisha mwaishako mwabutuka pona pa studio festa tana isa festa
mtamfyo wimbo
beat yakalipsha beat yakalipsha nofunza katana isa.
So yari my number.
Yeah, that was my number because it took us about a day. But in beat kale batupea papa wa studio wavutukoro emode to aside funga mfeta because ila first chorus that it did baby na papa ta she did this era wakozi
roho kuisore pesheni
omoya
noti
takwabe
did this
nimana mapande concept
yeah, so for number gashire puna gatsawo I beat na ikalipsha pen ko fe 1 week afuba shire tupera 1 week attempt to shire wikira tare ko dero rumbo muri 1 hour.
So were you communicating in between like para kama messages shani so that it doesn't take long?
Kwa vile wewe kabio kone mpashobe naone mpashobe mukesi tukese bwera papa mune mpashe na ukwata omwe kina kwata omwe so kwa tatu mpondo hapa kwa titie. That's how we recorded. We made that song within 1 hour. Tamba nokupanga ma plans ya music video. Karitari mfikire pe nokumfika.
Atororo arapisha.
Ururuka.
Mana nvarandire. Abayishi batoro arapisha.
Sanga Tembo.
Who's Sanga Tembo is the guy that criticizes me.
Exactly.
Okay.
Ona shire to me no face that big. Sinko atako ule moros. Ora shepu natimo acho lulu mbowi kokola no kokola. Ni itso mwina chira mfande smile. Nai.
Chapwa.
Tajonga nai. Tamba nopanga ma plans ya music music video. Yeah.
You know why I asked that? Because I was catching up on an interview and then so nachafo konka mo like career ya Cozeim and he said that your first song that went viral was a song I wafunisha as by the way atimba pere coffee and it just blew up. And also it had me wondering, I was like, do you ever know that Ururu Imboru ero ala Imbo? I know you've said that on Vekuchinga. You were sure. But then also I understand that quite a artists now believe Ururu Imboru. Do you guys now know like a recipe to
so it didn't go for Isamkova area kawati. If you're an upcoming would the party try and there. Waisha. So mno leesha. Rufi apanga se. Put stu moveta wishi we reason of pangire sense.
But again, just adding on what Cozeim is explaining, there's always a stage in life where you need certain people. You're not the beginning of every career, music career. Takubo kuisho takuba abantu abenga kwebati fufu mamone nikakoze. Ngono upcoming kula bokwesha chef sana. Waimba mapiano.
Bakumfoko na muri
pop, waimba rock music.
Fiance.
Batukula bati fya bafirumba nyaba. Shano mbanga wasa ba establish chimwemwe. Exactly.
Ero mwalipisha kadi noko yaba noko baso.
Rock chimwemwe. So for Isamkova. So nani kula bana pale demo
kwa kwata fya bako bapati ururu funyeni. Lulu December. Lulu lering. Lulu kari batu refu ka good investment. So since apata tukwe tempia. Lulu ko first.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
That's really nice because I want to know where you're from. Are you from Ndola or Chingola?
Chingola. Chingola, then Chingola. Asa kupandora para bazimandora na ipunga mora vena Chuzhe International.
Okay.
So apa nafumine kurwanje na isakona.
Iwe? Ni Zambia yose.
So akanika program kaka kwati. Ifine so ndishire kuno. Ndeyande ifine so.
Ndofira cyane.
Wala yokutiri.
Ndeyande.
Ore.
So romba pafuta pa. imparamira kwa kumasaidi kulia wena Chuzhe kuri kwa pitira road ya airport ndende feel so
chakwa pepo mwa
so next time kisafata aba kwisoyo
sakumfira feta
batakumbira okutari bachekara muzambia
batari bafioya. You know, someone told me a story about I think when JC Kalinks was on the come up.
Okay, so
talk to me about your relationship with JC.
JC I can say is my brother. Is my neighbor in Luanja. Yeah, so kutari foto of mnefe fact napada before patch get makine bongwete so tawale out bonza
namba komena
could strike so ni neighbor Jessica Kalinks ni neighbor wandi ndo alishibana fia afyashibakwe Iran to alishibana fia ile akwa fati that's good personal level so now before tarakota pa my songs yonze rabi mbare kuipsha kono kwa bro how do you do this ene boindemba na olemba but wewe reka muni music so if you know my parent my advice I was sometimes in the time of but keep working hard fiance fin fela change any time and all that now pare njipusha nafimo nafimo for shamuro ndorere no for shasambiri for shamsambiri shape I think this time I can learn something from him.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's really nice. So both of you, first because in before you lecture for Kuipsha. When I went back to your YouTube channel, where's some of your music?
My music?
Because you've been doing music for a very long time, but the oldest video is from 4 years ago. Chuzhe Chigelo Chaku this not sanga kwachinga 6 years ago. The 4 months at least.
But oshidi.
Shiri kuisa.
Can't tell papa
kama dinosaur.
No.
Baba bachinja kama dinosaur. Exactly.
Ile boshao. Okay, so you've been around for a long time, if I should put it that way. Also, you came with a lot of the guys from the Kopala side. Then fast forward in your career coming up, you've helped artists along the way. What is changing? Because I remember when you're speaking in a certain interview, you even said that at a certain point, tamago on social media. So how's also that adaptation here? Of makoere kwa mama leso ngapa grounds. No, ita kozim mo wa vlog. Welcome back to my channel.
Chanda this time okay fintu ya nkako. Compared no for akade leva ile amasidi yakati waya
urimbo pati rufike I remember palipo wale nshimikira takalita kwali na kukwata kashingani access o capability ya kwata masidi ya yengi so kwali bakwete fame so pa computer wafika owachita copy wala na CD mo so urumbo pakso kukusakanisha yali ambayo so kurusakorumo bali shimati ngarafika paso kupozinga kaje itepo
na CD na yale moneka modena bona
exactly
kwali ya kupomba ka tape
ya kudabbing you know what I've been joking about giving people awards now because him na pira puka awards but the
exactly apa long live
ya CD after ya sai sama kaita ma CD ni sta seka kwa sako ka event kumanza futa guy ina panga ka event kumanza tinguma kumanza tasenda na CD inga kai para CD njari chupuku moneka batizwa chato ke batikulia ya CD bare bombi twali bena no kubena twali bikana mu itumba rwendo twapita muri mu makongo muri atulefukana turuka uri kongo kaidi muri amayezo yama yafika kuya boys ada patule ipeka na tira ku event achana guys sorry ni shisho for maranchi tati ninchi kalira pati siji
oroshe muri kalia yoyoze
nomba
mwaire performa kapera
tabikire bonse masonguzi muri mwina akwaje kamba fe kushana shaba kare fe shine shaka
ko performa ro aba makoma
saleta solution guys atapati nisenda kwa super group olomba sarunda CD na super group oro yapanga kwatinira patane chani yapata charound
deshani dani ninji shvele kwa pechinto shavo granda tsata nina sanga tero
wapunda pruto
wali shwa sanga tero ya scrap pa vaisa to vati ya no wonder so then that didn't work
tayabombele so kati kushana fenimbo shakati
ishaba nani
bashana kolwa abajeke bashana kolwa abanani night ya
look
at dance.
Okay, good thing that by then tamkwete pona mic song yako bate abantu naba yeshi bate on songs bantu fete my events talk fete my consideration no guide team ni finish ora chitika muri situation so kama fuko fa dance aingiriro kwa werero mure kusana fe pakati para mure chuma muno kuchuma
kasima sefanya I know because Chef 187 has also been very instrumental in your career, especially towards the start of your career and also just giving you momentum. Talk to me about your relationship with him.
Come guys could 12 ma. Chef to the same school.
Chingora.
Oh, second and then food same mood. But food money buzz. So by then in I work up bola sana. But I work up bola she for your music sana. So but nankwa temene bola sana. So kwa watu mwakuchibanza nako ku studio. Chibanza ina studio. Chibanza until asafika party period pamapaka vati. Ashita concentrate sana kuri music than kabora. So ida ina muri ida ina kuda ina bora na send dafe yakaba na send that.
Why didn't you become a professional footballer?
Asa got a breakdown. Asa got a breakdown ko asa got a problem na ka injury so
apanga wabana ngwati Leicester City na hiyo.
Aho bisana.
Apache
apa ngate kubasa nishini ku Madrid ngate ku Madrid Leicester City bali bara teafya ku Leicester City kwa mpondo West Dak exactly yeah imwe
that's so yeah
shout out to Dak.
You're telling me about you focusing more on football
so after music nasaka to break down esa fata no since you break down apatapa kande konka kwa magaza na numero but in foot na temena music because even ku school to recha fena ku school to recha fira ini to music ina pa de pa ma desk recha so arera pamo na bambe bagaga fira finish so ka interest ka to develop pa fata sacha pona karimbo kama vakeshi bamchingora no me ko ari kutora uko
bali kweleke mbox yumbe
so ida ina fin fi afidisira pano until nafika pa professional level paka watoke now kokadi irwaka yeah.
Oyo Aisha digital era. I remember him blowing up with Conductor of Penny at some point. So guys Facebook oko yaba yali pishafi. So very differently from him. Ena say yali fiya kobati. Yakusela. But another thing I appreciate about how you move is so when I have conversations with a lot of people that are on the come up from the copper belt, tabafchita sana mask if you're like promote if into on a digital platform, shiny. But I think just from the start of your career, you knew that. Is it an environment you grew up in, or why she sang of it? Oh, remember
okay, so with me, Mandin, inene akudile mwira bare that's computer age. Ngomadi ishima. So if when we over dabana over the pera phone abafya shati njingisha ko talk time. Wamonaka. So I learned how to use a computer at a very younger age such that nasakwata na easy access ya kutsira kwa research thing. Wamoninka. If tu bomalama how to ngati muna pa phone nchitirife how to so na chile sangati na time na chile chita develop interest in music nishinariverenga po how to promote a song mwa muna idea afirika so no mara chile bali yako kati na sasa ngo muntu wasapuna ta ndifo kuma manager ho I want to start promoting your music. I want to start managing you. Nishinani kwa ta idea ta but do you know what when there's a song we are supposed to do that and then we joined forces and ideas and things became easy in a way that sasa ngachukwa na Facebook na ma page ma posta video as long as I mean that video is funny 100k mniwana so it was very much easier for me because of so of those reasons, I mean.
Social media.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Cozeim, I want to talk about sound.
Okay.
Right? So, you were speaking about a certain song. In fact, you said when you're releasing that song was not as popular in Zambia, right? Na pano tufikire wachanda kwati kwa ribati shani chimwema rock shani rock ya kuchibwebo. The sounds and the music keeps on changing. So I want to know also how you've been intentional ya kwa fiat today saisa, how am I going to release music that you just don't stick to a certain genre ya kwa runga rough nyorora dafie maybe within certain confines that are blowing out shan.
So kati sound of sometimes kula which the fusing nama sounds ya moya mafamuna better and then futi yenda na season most the music yalikuwa the season because this time like for example tinimu period in ngoamba banga ile yako banga I think taba pay sana attention maybe because of
what's going on that period of time.
But my pressure to have a new year, but organize. So, the focus about this stable son. So, could have music in Pari season. Cover music in Gafunyako, Mumpepo, music in Gafunyam summertime, that Torauka. So, and summertime, like the same song, the same song you're talking about. I finish a period summertime. So, I reached a match na season. Yeah, and then it sounded very challenging na kudi because mfika international. So nombare but some but nombe fira mfika international na bana chitashana muloko vibe. Na mfika shana muloko vibe. Yes na isi na record da ko tino mfika kwa nchite match na instrument. Banasanga no it's still not giving the punch. So naacha ashana hapa until nashecha na rudo telef yakati walimpala usharudo limbo ku studio. So after na bond na pakulala na rudo takuturo na record pa phone ona record ila song.
So you were sleeping, then you had like a melody in your head.
Yes, beat still running in my head. So time yashile bati kwenda ku studio. That's simple and nice. Let me record. For a child. I'm going to have a guy like my shopping with past to the Band, what pants, what extension. She's so much. She got confidence. Pondo race and I'm going some boom for them. We got a paper. So that's how we came up with that big song.
Okay, so I'm still hanging out with Cozeim and Chuzhe International. We're going to take a short musical break. Nadan won't be a collaboration by the two of them because they have musical chemistry. So we're going to play Beautiful African Girls. Then when we get back, this is the song that we're going to close the show with. But for now, we're still hanging out with Chuzhe and Cozeim. Have you ever guys thought of being a duo?
I'm
just asking.
Flopper. Let me tell you something. So I feel like the same way we are solo artists, that's the reason why we come up with great music, because we really don't focus about doing music together so much. When we meet,
we come up something good.
We come up with something good because the two chita so na in an addition, but time to panga decision at travel do to flow back so chirachi nature get chako watatu imba echirenga to imboro kali
na mama semesha okay senje
pushaka story international
chuna ko na chu
Chukoko.
Anything. I'll stop fight. I'm pretty sure
maybe coming up with a joint EP, not even an album, just a joint,
like a joint EP.
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe that would make sense.
Okay. Okay. Speaking about which, you had a body of work, and I always tell you this. I think I've told you this several times, and I've written about it. Like I'm such a fan of your art.
Exactly.
Uri mukari mwaiche. Makakumva one day. Vazakakumvera one day.
Panapuzira nakamba chinyanja.
Aumbeka era but siringakuuza naine ative ukamba siviri bwino because naine ni makamba checha murusaka.
Exactly.
So about we can be speaking broken in nyanja then turei sedesha.
Como.
Do you ever consider, like, are you looking at putting out any full body of work, looking at how Strongest Boy Alive had done?
So at the moment we have a system which we had discussed with the management, and we want to work with it whereby I'll be dropping songs every month.
Okay.
Because ku speaker skip a month but we want to build up that consistency of dropping a song every month because Nashville is so man. So it's like nacha move kind of party. Nishtre kusungira mu studio. Chimwe alikuwa outfit hapo pokata wifwa. Aimonaka. So if apparently for afuara of mapansa wako power post. To arekoda to afu.
Okay.
But alikuwa tapinosho to record the fishing effect. Chachira na 50 so. Yeah. So there's a new plan we're about
you want to roll out per month.
Exactly.
Okay. And speaking about which, in my personal opinion, Chuzhe Mokari and Zambians are not listening because there's a way that sometimes people listen to music.
Exactly.
In my opinion, I feel you're very underrated. Like, how do you feel about putting out solid projects and then it doesn't get the reception maybe that's expected from the project?
So in situations like that, push me forward to do so many great things because idana ibakwatini on your marks paraipo. You get so could some go get it and then I go. So when I do a project and then people don't welcome it, it's to me I take it as a on your marks. So I move to the next plan, which is get set. But na putting achita something yako watu wapenda pataka kama chikao. Pesi mbono focused. Muni mbono focused ipunga muri SB album. Walumba. But ndef ka pari go. Putu wadaba so wako na tapa the oye rumba. So ine mwandi finti fibwesha abantu pano matefi mbwesha kunuma. Efito ala content. Na sana.
I like that. Cozeim, also I want to speak about you. If somebody referred to you as, I don't know, what would you say? I don't want to just get questions. You question Dave. Who is classed as a legend? Like if we said, oh, you're a legend, like what puts somebody in that position?
When your work starts or begins to speak for you, then you're a legend. You know, there's always a stage in music. Since you're a musician, you put that life, then a motivational speaker. There's always a stage in life where work begins to speak for you. Should I give an example?
I was going to ask for examples. So,
you know, I'll pay example of Muntu on Sangwa and Chef 187. Chef Int Cozeim.
So now he's legend status.
That's a legend.
So for you, that's like legend status.
Exactly.
Okay. Cozeim, how would you describe a legend? Especially when you look at music in Zambia.
I think if you're not under much one day, I think you know for not just for Kuranda.
Or Africa for past stage, but you don't have to introduce yourself. You reach a certain place and you just see things working or moving on their own without you touching anything.
Yes.
That's being a legend.
Okay.
You become magical. Everything you touch or don't touch, as long as you're involved, it becomes boom.
Okay, so I wanted you guys to give me an answer because I wanted to ask Cozeim. Cozeim, you've been around for a very long time. So I wanted to know if it's dependent on longevity or nangwapofkide. Is it like, do you feel we deserve to call you a legend? Should we put that description to your name?
Okay. I think if you're not Shira Bantu.
I
feel like in Chirinde Bomba and Mbombere Shanjino Senjimana Fatim never upcoming. Nakwata iranga kwa upkama irakati. Lepo itsong paka. So forever na. So kunja bachi ni legend. Tibanjita but most of the name in Poland. Tetinjibike pa abantu bafere bambika pala.
That's what you for. You know,
do you know why you say that? You're not him. And you're not doing music. So many of the situation takuwo kwate your feelings.
So Limo iro mfika fe kwati le chitali ira mkuchitali taya. Ono leni
Oh, kaza kwa legend ira mfika.
Kwati ira mkuchitali taya. Ono leni chino mfuku kuchitali taya. So kunjitaba njita but not inokuyita cause they mfonga Cristiano Ronaldo.
Come on, the boy is only getting started. So, I'm going to bring you back to music. So, you have a song, Vekuchinga, featuring Yo Maps, right? One of your biggest songs in your career.
Yeah.
I won't even lie, Yo Maps drops X19. And I was sitting at the office, so my computer is really high, so sometimes you're... And I'm thinking it's Vekuchinga. Then I hear different lyrics. That's what I sang at Wimberun. So I want to understand there, because it sounds a little similar. GOtv Mix is your boy.
Yeah.
And so I want to understand the creative process that went into making that song, because X190 is a Yo Maps song, but Vekuchinga also features him. But in your explanation, you had said that GOtv Mix made the beat for you for Vekuchinga and just came and played it. So do you have any creative control over where the beat goes? Or understand my musical terms, like, is it something that he can just use?
Yeah, most guy ninga mule panga sound. Takuba such producer fe ofare for afe na ngwabe mukarishan. Wala mule kera fe ule tamba fe apusha pero no. Ufire na watch ta because ofo ala mboku imba mule. Da fire fuma mude. So it's obvious kola pa kama sounds na yo minole muna toke pataka. Shishi ufa kachita understand but tufuchite koso. So kwa machinja kwa ka nimino kwa pangire mwino kwa refu afunyemo yo mukanya da ako kene kale pangano rumbo sana so kwa bako chemistry yako bati we share ideas and all that but through that on the producer arakwata style yako yapangira mama instruments so masa msanga tinga ngaricha Zambia ntunga arikwata fe touch yako ngaricha afro arikwata fe touch yako so padi Yo Maps na ila somira nili akati bamulisha afrobeat ila touch ya kwa GOtv Mix afuarisha fya afro sounds in that way so nangwadi shepo na imbi afro kuli ama afro ku studio I muli ila ine category ya type ya music
I'm so confused. But now I'm just trying to understand. You're a musician, not a musician. So it's not the same beat. It's not the same
beat.
But it's got some similarities.
Yes, because
so maybe I would say the drum pattern could be similar because they are both Afrobeats. Afrobeat, got a drum pattern.
Right.
So the only thing that differentiates everything is the additional sounds, the concept of the song, and the tune and the rhythm.
And the way he likes using bass my songs, like soft songs, they all come out like that. So they go what
no, I didn't want to instigate.
I'm not saying
producer that.
No, I didn't want to instigate. Since Kozimo mwene naisa, maybe I go batata to Arisha kwa kaka first.
No.
You know, like the way it progresses.
And then away from that, Nina alikuwa Tom Nandi. His name is Daliso. Whenever he hears spaceship music, GOtv Mix on the bet, I'm Chuzhe International. So it's like Ali said that whenever he hears a GOtv Mix logo, they're supposed to be Chuzhe.
Like a Chuzhe.
So I'm gonna move papa kumfa spaceship music. Na kozimu pano.
But first you fika mufini tepo. First you fika mufini. Tena odonga na chirishe nyimbo.
GOtv Mix kwa filimba you have a fun. Africa.
Number 1. Kuzaji.
Exactly.
But you know, let's talk about management.
Exactly.
Cozeim, whose management are you under right now?
Staff management.
Women if you wake up. You? Asanga kona injera?
Yeah.
Talk to me about your management.
Management hadi papsa. Kwa ile management yako ati reach tando. But
and then people behind you. Abale pokelele. Yeah, but with me, I'm under Gerayo in talent management and music promotion.
Okay. So, how mnenjita confused? Technicalities. So, there's nobody on your team, but you have people helping you.
Yes.
Okay.
I've come up with my own team.
So what's the role of the people that are on your team?
Fedafine fiance watch the ones.
Oh, stop confusing us, my brother.
You don't do like
Is there a manager? Do you have a?
That's what I'm trying to say. So ngana kwa team obviously okay uyu kwa ma graphics abashani itakusana so my event organizers and that's what I'm trying to say.
So I really just wanted to understand nena dia poro unkopa build kuno mwanzo sasa
so ine nganaimba limbo pa the first thing in some the first could be up a table guys as a team twara station palimbo so ine a management and na kwa dai
so who's
and then we share ideas and mostly I get more ideas from my brother Chuzhe.
Okay. Now tell me, Shafi, when nena hapo kopa build, ukana kopa build, how about to minutes? Oh no, come for this event, what. Toyasanga. This story is so funny. Toyasanga, umwini artist invite. MC, do bounce,
for real? I would love to know the name of that artist after the show.
So why don't you
iyo kanolimbina usana mafans bobe muri kanta
now watasho now shata yapishe bana usana mafans bobe guys guess yazana nganapunda ka DJ puro
but take it because I always speak about how hard music is.
Exactly.
Music now but chica don't know what decoration gets. Now Shana. So send go back up.
Send back up in case yazana.
Now we have no kwatanga chirira tamwa fole. Apakupa
nina. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the over 2025. How's marriage going?
That story. Acha now you know, near the social media trends. Ayako but instead ufurwe wamba fyo kusmaila and then na comments na audience taire mimwena mo taire miseka yase yamipokerera yamistawoka mukati na kalimo chishinga igeta nenchibo ufiro but tapali pona reasoning ngafuriro ngali mfashe bwino na newena
ngachatu amasana people's benge
for ngala what bachuze bachu mu committee
walishi ba samwene chiranga
muliro no lyapo na nguni mbalala
can't be happy to that.
Imagine.
No, but that was pretty hilarious. So let's talk about your current collaboration. You guys have a song out, started in Paleni, the start of the year. I remember Dario coming here and telling me, so I also just want to know, you've worked together several times. What was different about this song, and also how did the concept come out?
So Urudwimbo, to be specific or to be straightforward, Cozeim didn't know I was on the song.
I didn't.
I didn't. So Cozeim alichaire fefirefya kwa fatule pita pa studio asanga beatolo wa imba chorus. Nolimbo waluvika. Walo kofi mix anje batiyo ku chorus ikali. Wala pusha fefyo munwe. Nolimbo lo bantu minention mu studio ndeti record. Fona dili to fona record da filmbe. Ina bipalimo. Kana ne wine fila bajera yo ba how powerful that song is. Na ne wino fona umfira after bantu mi.
Everybody footage.
Nje guys if let's record the control kiriki delete. Na mboko record da film. That's how I record it. Na tuma nokuto. And then Cozeim kwa shire da bafati. Na imana mboko isakurusaka. The rock which podo aratsan. So I shoot a video. We released that song on Wednesday. And it's pushing numbers. It's doing okay.
Yeah.
And it's the reason why we are here at the end of the day.
Yes.
So mobile tamba check out in Paleni. Out everywhere. You're doing bonga. Muna chachu tuntuwa wako from life. Listen to that song. At least it will change so many things. Pastor Chuzhe speaking.
I rest my case.
Yes.
Cozeim, since you came up with a concept, you recorded and then sent it to Chuzhe.
Okay.
Was that a personal story, or were you just speaking on behalf of everybody because somebody has a story?
But mostly I like to tell true stories in the songs. So it ain't true stories. I did that in Paleni. Chafu mine kuntima fata Paleni. Kairi marishi be paro for aba. Efira kairi paro de aba fata risura. Exact mama tarisura. Eido kwa tendarama takuitendarama paro de no kala for each and every moment. So yeah. So if
why should they get up?
Santa Tawe Mfumo mpareni limozo. Mpareni limo papeni nchili umwana ni kwa tamaka ya kuvomba too energetic. So pareni.
Okay. So before this song, I know that you had a song out with YCeleb.
Okay.
And similarly for Chuzhe Int, I don't need a broke something.
I want some that sugar. So that my situation not to ipunga mofi on a daily basis. Kari mfoba nisu. Teving sana bano no bachikola bati ndiaisa mkuletera ka story areshi mkaona shopya chitenje bagero kusapunda ati ya too broke for my liking. What do you mean? Nashire munombea ashire ndombea mishina mpera 5 zari.
Karaka recording kawakra, was it an actual conversation with the person or
so that was the producer's idea to say ule modeti lwambe fyoro azanda that I don't chan. Amen ko fake story but muna nti wareshi mikapya ko bati negero asandombea mishisha na mtumi na 5 zari no kusapunda ati this is too small. This is too small and it took me 3 days to save the 500.
Yeah.
So it's like this girl doesn't date broke guys. If we trade $1 my idea
kwa fia muna na musician te wakati muna na voice notes. Tu wasa sanga kari ka first.
Ipo kusokorora.
But kusokorora tawishi wati.
Kusokorora tawishi.
Don't bother him sana. Amona ka. But tawishi because umuranzi wali under dash. Errington Barondo. Batash.
Yeah. Check your phones. Yeah. So papa no bambok checking already.
Na nina ali korumbo la Rington Barondo.
So paya bami.
Na mama paya bami vile tuba kozimu.
Ba victim.
Awe. Kairi no as a chief tester, so filowaishi wataka awe.
Sorry, what? Mama nafanya matu vile mre.
Bakuchingola balamiro.
Awa ba na bandu fyapa sansha pana kadoti.
Ndekwe.
Vena vapitira rafika pa chambori.
Sister wenu mukari kunganda, so alishupako.
But you know what? Because I also want to know 2024. You did give us music because I was trying to check. There was, you dropped music. It wasn't.
Okay.
It's not as though you were not on the scene. But 2025, how differently are you going to move from how you were moving last year?
I think last year my challenges na kwa sana but I feel frustrated and feel my personal things. So I feel to concentrate with music. And then I'm one person who don't force things because I know what I can deliver. Pa free mind and things okay. Yeah, now let's work. I know how I can deliver. So I feel like okay, let me just wait. Let me start next year with big energy. So now this is it.
Start of the year.
The challenge that choose at
but gets it. If my power no max. Tripa gets it. Washara pago. Olunga tuafika pago. Mkatumfwa. Kumbi makumbi.
So thing if it is so many songs, so many videos.
Yeah.
So we're working.
Okay, how supportive is some of your industry friends who are key players towards your music?
But let me just say, those I know they support. Those I have that good interaction with. They do support 100%. I can't lie. They do support me.
Okay. International.
Kachanya.
Pana waambira kuna bakozim. Mulikopa get set up aturerera.
Exactly.
2025 now run that mwako refunyo rimbo pe month.
So month end of February. We are dropping something.
Tarefunya kwa chama la 14.
So kula funya nimbo kwani salary ya masipo 7.
Exactly. So I was trying to do something on Valentine's Day, but my colleague who is in the same label is dropping something. So Kuraba, when you are working together, when your friend is winning, you are also winning. So now someone that instead of me dropping another song, why can't I let him drop a song twice unkira chapamu such that nango akwata ko test ya audience and finally to ichita congest sana FM. So I have a friend dropping a song on the 14th of February. Then I'll drop mine on the 28th.
Okay, last day of the month. Otherwise, Cozeim na Chuzhe International hapa. I'm so excited that you guys stopped by. Cozeim kare wa moneke pa mchimunzi na I think na wafana bwini.
Apa munse pere fena makamera vende afina fotaura. Kari nje vende afina live.
Filofota baku mwene for over 2 years. Baku mwene
yes. So they're making sure that Philadelphia ya maeza.
Refwesha.
more energy twarashana uno mwaka
mwaka wa kushana
mwaka uyu kuyoku kurashana
tuli mumashi chizo naona turasha na tulaya sana mashapa Chuzhe International. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you so much for having me, Suecey, and thank you so much Power TV for always having me and promoting my music. Nakarebarika. By the way, on the 14th of February, that's my birthday.
You're born on the 14th.
So yes, so Suecey, do you have a present for me, or would you be my Valentine?
Thank you so much, guys, for stopping by. We're going to end the show with Baleni Cozeim featuring Chuzhe International. Chuzhe na vanangu hapa. Manakwati ninkana na vanangu pa 14. You will find us pa location. Tunakwisa. Okay, so we're going to end the show with Baleni Cozeim featuring Chuzhe International. The conversation continues on our social media and for Power TV Zambia. Thanks for watching. Mucho mwanzinisha guys.
Nizi. Turi hapa, pamaka, papawa, ndavesha